Welcome back to NTV News First Edition. It is that time of the year when the clocks fall back an hour, the days get shorter, and the temperature drops. For many people, this time of year can bring on the winter blues. Well, joining me with our regular feature, Get Psyched with Dr. Janine, is Dr. Janine Hubbard. Great to see you again.
In the dark tonight.
I know, and it's just going to get a whole lot darker earlier. So winter blues, what are the symptoms of the winter blues?
It's something we all experience to varying degrees, but it's particular onset around this year of increased sleepiness, lack of energy, lethargy, irritability, problems concentrating, craving for carbohydrates, not wanting to go out, basically wanting to cocoon on your couch at home, eating your potato chips, and then in the spring, seeing those symptoms abruptly go away. That's what we're talking about. So it is actually very different from, more of our traditional depression patterns.
So are the winter blues the same then as seasonal affective disorder?
Really great question, and we keep changing the terminology just to confuse people. What we know is that about 2 to 6% of the population do experience what we used to call seasonal affective disorder, and we now call depressive disorder with seasonal pattern, which really reflects the fact that it is a severe form of depression and really does need intervention. And then there's estimates that about 15%, maybe as high as 30% of us do experience the milder form of the winter blues, so that it's not debilitating, but we sure feel it.
Men or women, who's most affected?
Women are 8 times more likely to be affected, and individuals 20 to 50 are most likely to be impacted.
Do we know why?
Well, again, lots of different theories. We're still actually trying to understand exactly what causes it, but there's some thought that the amount of sunlight that we are exposed to this time of year interferes with our brain producing a couple of really important neurotransmitters called serotonin, which helps with mood, and melatonin, which helps with both mood and sleep. So that lack of sunlight exposure seems to be interfering, like I say, with us producing those neurotransmitters, hence having all these symptoms.
So how do we treat the winter blues?
Fortunately, it is very treatable. I was going to say one of the lovely innovations that has come along is light therapy. I'm showing you mine here. They've become very inexpensive. What I do, you're not supposed to actually look directly into the light. For about 20 minutes in the morning while I'm having my cup of tea, checking my email, I just have this on my desk. And again, it helps to stimulate some of those neurotransmitters that aren't happening to us in the morning. Some people find alarm clocks that have a dawn stimulator equally helpful. Biggest thing you can do, involves no technology, is whenever it's sunny out, I don't care how cold or miserable it is, if it's sunny out, get out for a walk, expose yourself. There's some research that says vitamin D supplements, always check with your physician or pharmacist because they can interfere with things. But there's some thought that as Newfoundlanders we're chronically deprived of vitamin D, so that's an important one. And then if you're some of that subset that experiences really severe symptoms that are interfering with your ability to, get up and be involved with your family, do the work activities you want to. A combination of medication and therapy is really vital because, as I said, it is a form of depression that we don't want to ignore. And I want to talk about it now because now you can be proactive about it. We don't want to start addressing this in January when we're in the throes of it. So if this is something you've experienced in the past, please start acting proactively now. Have a conversation with your physician or your pharmacist if you think that's helpful. Explore the phototherapy and get out, get that exercise, socialize, and expose yourself to as much sunshine as you safely can, wearing your sunscreen, of course.
Of course. Dr. Janine Hubbard, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks.